started the keto diet in September 2017, quickly found success and quickly wanted to share that success with others. And that's why I started my YouTube channel called Watch Autumn Keto in December of 2017. Over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, I would grow an amazing online community and family. And in 2020, we decided to take that online aspect offline in person. And that's how the very first Keto Palooza was born.
One thing that was always so important to me about this event is that it's always somewhere where people feel like it was important that they showed up. I appreciate everyone being here and I appreciate the growth that we've been able to see, but just know it will always be a place where we put family first and community first.
This event is phenomenal. I can't even begin to describe how awesome this event is. All of the people that I've never met before, it's hard to describe, but it feels like family.
If I start crying, it's because I have low testosterone. I was really worried that coming here, it was going to be fake and just a bunch of skinny people that had lost a lot of weight. I'm with real people. I mean, it's been so encouraging.
So pretty much what I love about this conference is the spirit of community. You have something really special here. So thank you.
I'm originally from Germany, but I moved to Canada like 25 years ago.
I drove and picked her up. I'm excited to meet Maria Emmerich. Yeah, I haven't met her yet. We're so excited for that. We got to meet her husband and the two crazy ketos. Keto Palooza 2023, woo!
Keto Palooza kicked off with registration. It was so awesome to see the attendees lined up, ready to go, ready to pick up their swag bags, their badge, and their custom t-shirt. There were so many people talking and joining and loving each other in the line when they met for the very first time. And it was awesome to see so many first-time attendees experience the process. Keto Palooza is nicknamed the Keto Family Reunion because that's exactly what it feels like. Sometimes if you go to larger conferences, you feel like a drop in the bucket and that your presence doesn't matter. And that's the exact opposite of how you feel when you arrive to Keto Palooza. When you walk to any room, you are greeted with faces that are truly glad you're there and that see you as family. Later on, we played Name That Tune. Name That Tune was an idea that I had that thought, hey, maybe I can bring these people together through a shared love. I honestly had no idea how it was going to go, but it turned out to be so fun. Everyone was in the room singing together, guessing different songs from different genres and different times, and it really was just the perfect way to get to know each other in a low pressure situation and all bond over something that we all had in common, which is our love of music. And it was also really fun because it was a competition, so we got to see people's competitive sides come out.
Here from Olive Branch, Mississippi, and this is our first Keto Palooza.
Out of the 300 plus people that attended this year, over 200 of them were brand new. So getting to share the wonder that is Keto Palooza just brought a fresh sense of excitement.
Has anybody visited with our vendors? How is that? Thank you so much for shopping and supporting them.
We had some awesome vendors at Keto Palooza 2023, including Quantum Fixes, who shared their low-carb bread and tortilla mixes. We had Keto Kitchen Iowa that shared their meal prep items. We had our title presenting sponsor, Keto Chow. Hearing from all of the attendees how impactful all of the speakers were on Saturday was absolutely amazing. From having doctors to PhDs in scientists to regular everyday people. Kicking off the speakers for 2023, we had Joe and Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos. I always make it a point to put Joe and Rachel first because they start the conference off with such energy and inspiration. And this year they taught us how to be successful on keto.
Today We're gonna change things up a little bit. A lot of times we just get up here and kind of go rah-rah, but we wanna talk about how you can have a really successful keto journey.
Next, we had Dr. Ryan P. Lowry talk to us about human performance. His presentation was particularly interesting because Dr. Ryan Lowry actually owns his own labs, so all of the experiments and the studies that he was referencing, a lot of them he performed at his own lab. He's such an enthusiast and believer and student of the keto lifestyle, and he talked to us about the difference between your chronological age and your biological age.
I've seen 30, 40-year-olds who are operating like they're 70, 80 years old. That's a problem, and unfortunately, that's the large majority, right? People are way older biologically than they are chronologically. So how do we fix it?
Next, we had Maria Emmerich that taught us all about how to use keto to help change your family's lives. She always talks about her family and her children and makes keto approachable for your entire family. She's developed several recipes, some with celebrities like Halle Berry, and she's written several cookbooks to share her knowledge and recipes with the world.
Walk us all through it, because I'm not a chef. I'm just trying to make some food and feed my family. This one's going to be a staple in everybody's house.
We kicked off the afternoon with Dr. Tony Hampton, who talked to us about keto through the lens of a patient and their doctor. And this talk was so impactful because it really helped our attendees understand how to be their own advocates with their doctors and understanding how other environmental factors affect our weight and our eating choices. It was really full of practical life advice that you can use the next time you go to your doctor.
So your goal should be, can I achieve those things? And that's what I tell my patients, just to put more meat on the bone and make them really feel the reason for doing the things that we're talking about.
Next up was Dr. Boz. Dr. Boz has probably one of my favorite presentations talking about why blood sugar matters most. She has these amazing animations and she tells these stories about how sugar splats onto your blood molecules and the little molecules are riding a roller coaster through your bloodstream. And she really uses animation and picture and simple language to get the message across about how important your blood sugar is and how it has long-term impacts on your health.
This book came out and I have a waiting list that I can't see all these patients. We're working 16-hour days when we don't have the manpower to do any more patients. And then she said something that really struck home. She said, well, then you need to lead a class and I will be your student. And as much as I wanted my vocal cords to say no, they said yes.
Next up was Kim Howerton. And Kim Howerton's talk is particularly inspiring because she talks about how sometimes focusing on weight loss can actually slow down your progress. So listening to Kim's talk taught us that sometimes not focusing on that scale and focusing on the other benefits of what keto brings to you is actually what's going to keep you going in the long run, which will in turn lead to that weight loss.
But I want somebody to take these books out of this room and give them to somebody who needs to know. So who feels like they can take that commitment on and give these books to somebody that needs them?
We ended the day with Dr. Ken Berry. Dr. Berry does one of the most inspirational and impactful things I think possible, which is he didn't give a presentation at all. His entire presentation was a Q&A. Dr. Berry has over 2 million YouTube subscribers, so sometimes writing a question to him in the comments can kind of feel like it gets lost in all of the shuffle. But being in a room, having his direct attention and being able to ask specific questions was so impactful to the attendees of Keto Palooza.
You know me, I like to beat around the bush. I'm very shy. So, with that being said, I'm ready to take some questions if anybody's now brave enough to stand up and ask me a question.
One of the things I'm so grateful for is working with the Galt House in downtown Louisville, especially when it comes to the food that we have at Keto Palooza. If you've ever had hotel food, you know that it's usually not keto friendly, but I worked with the staff and with the salespeople from the Galt House for months and months and months in order to make sure that the menu that we had set up for the event was exactly what the participants would be able to eat. And I'm so grateful that they understood when I said, yes, they really will eat that much bacon. Yes, they really will eat that many eggs. This is what my group needs, and they were able to deliver, and the food was absolutely amazing. I was a little concerned because, as luck would have it, the temperature in Louisville, Kentucky was supposed to drop 10 degrees on both Saturday and Sunday, just the days in time for Keto Palooza. And I thought that that was going to affect people's ability and interest in attending the 4.5-mile walk across the bridge to Indiana. But to my surprise, we had a great turnout. The weather ended up being better than I expected.
We came over prepared. Leggings, jacket, more clothes in here. From Arizona. The best part of the event. Right. Yes.
And as I thought, once we start walking 4.5 miles toward the sunlight, everyone got warmed up just a little bit. And so it turned out to be great. The weather was awesome. The views were amazing, as always, and everyone had a great time.
I rewarded myself with something that kept me on the right path. And I kept going, and I've been doing it for 4 years. I've lost 170 pounds. Nobody has that enthusiasm like I have because it changed my life. It made me a participant in my own life. Seeing this vision of this family, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. I appreciate everyone so much. Thank you so
much. Okay, everybody keeps asking, will there be a Keto Palooza 2024? You've come here, you've heard the speakers, you've met your family, you've shopped all the amazing vendors. Are we doing this again in Louisville, Kentucky in 2024? That's a great question. We will see. Keto Palooza 2023 in the books.